Hey YouTube, Pacific TacWest here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2017 KRISS Vector SDP pistol chambered in 9mm. So before we go ahead and take this out on the range and run some rounds through it, because I know that's why you're watching this video, just want to go ahead and point out one key change that KRISS made in the redesign of the 2017, and where this is going to impact you if you're looking to get one of these is a post-February 2017 shipment. This is how it's going to look, and you might think to yourself it doesn't look any different, but it is, and here's why. Previously, there was a hinged end cap here. Basically, they took the rifled version or the SBR, the law enforcement military version, and they basically just unscrewed the buffer tube assembly and basically sent you this, and then they pinned it so that the hinge was basically rendered useless. Well, what they've gone ahead and they've basically taken that entire piece off, and underneath here there are two Allen screws there that if you undo those, this whole thing unscrews, and essentially you can go ahead and put in your M4 buffer tube for a brace or a stock if you've gone ahead and filed the SBR paperwork for this. It's just one of those things where I kind of wish that KRISS hadn't done that. The folding stock was a piece that really drew me to this for an SBR project. They even went ahead and kept on there the locking piece on the lower receiver that is there to catch when you fold the stock over. I did reach out to KRISS to see, you know, were they looking to make any changes? Were they looking to redesign a folding stock specifically for the post-February 2017 redesign? And the short answer I got from them was yes, but there was no definitive date. It was just, you know, in design at this moment. So I'm not going to bore you with the tech specs on this pistol. I'm sure that if you clicked on this video to watch, or you came across on YouTube or was on your suggested content, that you want to see how this gun shoots. And let's go ahead and do just that. I'll be back with my thoughts after we go ahead and run some magazines through this pistol. So the KRISS Vector SDP chambered in 9mm. This thing is a blast to shoot at the range. You know, ran some magazines through it, really no issues. The one thing that being a left-handed shooter that, you know, be concerned of is the magazine release is right there. So it's something where as you're gripping this, it might be something where you accidentally release the magazine. Aside from that, overall form and function of this gun, where the placement is of the magazine, of the bolt release, you know, it's something where, being a left-handed shooter, this was very easy for me to manipulate, even though it's something where if you're looking at it, it is designed for a right-handed shooter, but they did put the ambidextrous safety on it, and just overall, you know, right here, just to feel it, you know, you get that second point of contact, but again, it's not a vertical foregrip. Only thing that I'd make a change, and again, this is something where I got my hands on to shoot it, to demo here on the channel, but if this is something that was mine, the only thing that I would make a change to would be adding the buffer tube and putting on a stabilizer. Again, something to just have that extra third point of contact, you know, just right underneath my cheek, of course. Or going down the process of filing a Form 1 with the ATF to get a short barrel rifle tax stamp on this, and just going ahead and putting a real stock on this. I do hope that KRISS is redesigning a folding stock specifically for the post-February 2017 production, where they did make the change and redesign the end cap here, where it is no longer a pinned hinge end cap on the SDP lineup. So if this is something that you're looking at, and you've seen a lot of videos on this, and you go ahead and order one from your dealer, and you had expectations of what you were thinking you're going to get when you open that box, if it's being delivered after February 2017, from what KRISS has told me, this is what they are now sending out. Takedown of this is relatively easy. There are a bunch of videos that I've seen on YouTube demoing just that. I will go ahead and do a tabletop review on this at a later date, but what I really wanted to do today was just simply get this gun out to the range, run some magazines through it, and just show you the key change that I was told by KRISS for the post-February 2017 shipments of the Vector SDP. Right out of the box though, you do get one standard 17-round Glock magazine. What's great about this design is that they made it so that it can accept a standard Glock magazine. So again, put the 33 round mag on this. If you're going to go ahead and take this out here to the range, you're going to want to go ahead and fire as many rounds through this thing as possible without having to reload magazines every 17 rounds. So another thing that they have on this right out of the box is the flip-up iron sights. That, again, the adjustments are all within the sights themselves. You see there and there, which is great. It's one less tool for you to bring, or one less tool to lose for having to adjust sights. I've had the Magpul MBUS Gen 2 sights. I've lost that little plastic tool many of times for adjusting the front sight, and it's frustrating. It's nice to know that that's one frustration that, you know, you don't have to deal with this design. Plus, with the rail on top, makes a great place for putting an EOTech or an aim point for an optic option on there. And they do also have positions here and there to where you can get aftermarket Picatinny attachment rails, so you can go ahead and put other things on here, such as a light or a laser or whatever you want to do to customize this to make it your own. Overall, pleased with this. The pistol, of course, is something where the bolt does not function in terms of back and forth. To minimize the recoil on this, it actually comes down at a vector, hence the name, and the bolt is actually traveling in a downward direction, so that the recoil is not going to really be a rise, but more of a pushback. It's a very unique feeling, and one that, if you do have the opportunity to shoot one of these, to do so. It's just a very cool feeling overall, and not really what you'd expect from a 9mm pistol. So from Pacific TacWest, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and be sure to check back for future uploads.